Welcome to the Too Posh Podcast.
I am Gabrielle. I am a former New York Mafia princess, originally from Austria. I am the mother of 3 and the owner of Too Posh Boutique, and here with my beautiful co-host Marcella, my daughter.
Hello, I'm Marcella. I'm a dancer, choreographer, model, and designer for Too Posh, and I say whatever the I want.
Hi, my name is Cruz. I am a stylist. I also own the Society Salon in the Design District, and I am a short little Mexican with a big personality.
I am Polly. I am a certified sexual health consultant and educator, former professional dominatrix, currently working at the largest adult novelty store in the Texas Panhandle.
What will they say next? Welcome to the Too Posh Podcast.
But isn't it like harder today than ever before with the phones? I mean,
oh, it's so bad.
People don't get caught in the main photo; they get caught in the background.
Yes.
So one of my jobs at one of the clubs I used to work at is I used to go through all of the photos, not to see if they were like happy and smiling. It was to look in the background.
Oh,
that was
the
my
professional
job. Yes.
Wow.
So 700 photos I would go. I comb through.
Little Johnny might be doing something in the corner that no one wants to see, or wouldn't be a very good look, and nor would it be a good look for us. So
yeah. But like not too long ago, I saw a TikTok where someone posted,
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember
was
this.
your husband on the flight?
Oh, I saw that. I saw that.
Yes. St. Louis to Dallas.
No,
blah,
it was
blah, blah, whatever.
LAX to Dallas, and
Something like that.
the husband was being rude to this lady, and then
No, he was with a girlfriend.
yeah, but the girl who posted the video was calling him out because he was being so rude to her on the plane. He was like, if your boyfriend or husband was on this flight and your name is so and so,
he just left the girlfriend.
Yeah, he just left a girlfriend, and he's calling you, and now he's just calling another. It was crazy.
And it had millions of viewers. So
And the wife saw it.
you do know that?
Yes,
See, I didn't know the follow up.
Yes.
Who was that? There was a girl that was a known hooker. Everyone knew she was a hooker. She didn't care, and she pissed off. Yeah. And she pissed off her sugar daddy's wife somehow. I don't really know the whole background, but
So juicy.
but
Does her name start with an N?
I don't remember her name. She was the blonde girl with the massive boobs. No. She used to be
the other one. I know what it is.
yeah. So
the other end.
She got mad at her sugar daddy because I guess he was supposed to take her out or something.
And he's a billionaire, with a B.
She breaks into his Facebook. The hooker gets into his Facebook, changes the profile pic to him and her,
and posts all their pictures together, all their explicit pictures, her topless
on his Facebook.
And he's married.
And he's married.
Billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Imagine that divorce.
That costs a lot.
Savage. That is a whole different.
I'd be glad, as the wife, I'd be like, okay, now you give me money.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but there's two forms of wives out there. There's the wives that just don't care. They're driving their Bentley. They live in a nice house. They got a credit card. They're not working. They just kind of whatever.
I
don't really
see
care.
it, whatever. It's fine.
Yeah, out of sight, out of mind. Then there's the other ones that will literally fucking kill you. So you have to. But there's a lot of swingers out there too. So some people have open relationships, and they're like, my wife doesn't care. But here's the classic tale: the married guy. Oh, we're separated.
Both of y'all.
Oh,
Are we doing that?
Are we doing this? We're doing this. Okay, so you're separated. You realize that I am fucking FBI, and this is a PI.
CIA.
Like we will literally find your aunt that passed away 7 years ago's
you're like
dog's
my mom.
Please,
Please, I'll pull up your credit score in under 30 minutes. He's out.
Like literally, I was seeing this guy. It was a while back. Anyways, he had a wife. And oh yeah, he was very ballsy, and he tried to tell me this one time that it was just his friend. And I go, would you like me to screenshot her social media and send it to you? Because I think you forgot what your fucking wife looked like. Don't ever lie to me like that.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, oh no, this is my homegirl. I don't even know what you're talking about. And I was like, give me 5 fucking seconds.
This is why dating is so difficult.
Oh yeah.
It's this.
And I went on a date with a guy, right? And I told Cruz this, and last time I was getting my hair done.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I was like, yeah, we went on a couple dates, and I just got married vibes. And I'm like, I'm pretty cool. I would rather you tell me either way, so then I can make that decision. I don't want someone calling me or messaging me. I'd rather just know. So then whatever we do from then on, then everything's on the table. So I'm like, yeah, got married vibes. And then one day he texted me something really weird. And I was like, what? Something about like kids and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
PTA.
Yeah, like something like, oh, like, are we gonna do this for like Timmy's soccer game or something, whatever the fuck it was.
no.
And I'm like, did you mean to text me that? And he's like, oh, sorry, wrong person. Well, then I did some stalking, and it turns out his wife and I have the same name.
Oh.
So he hit me with a little butt text. I meant to go to the little wifey.
Oh my god.
So then I really confirmed that I have a great sense of like character. And
I mean,
knew he
there
was
are
married.
red flags. Like if they're married. Okay, for instance, I waited on a table and like we really, really vibed, right? Like we fucking vibed. He was fun as fuck. And he was like, hey, can I get your contact? I'm like, yeah, duh. He hands me his Snapchat.
That's how you know.
That I go, oh wow. I go,
and mind you, he's
cheat
over the
sheet.
age of 35. So like, who the fuck uses Snapchat at the age of 35?
That's what I said the other day.
Yeah.
If you're hitting
This
on
is
me
for
and you tell me
children.
Snapchat, you are too young for me, one, or you're married.
You can't even
Yes.
remember what you say because it disappears. Like, how am I gonna have a fucking conversation with you?
So I dead ass look at him. I go, oh, you cheat. He's like, what? I'm like, you don't cheat. You cheat. And he looks at me. I go, you're married. He's like, no, I'm not. No ring. I'm like, you took that off. You took that off in the car. You took that off in the car in the parking lot. But
it's in your glove compartment.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Like
It's in your pocket.
We're smarter than that. We may look blonde and stupid and dumb, but we have a little stuff going on.
I can
under
tell
here.
you guys are very
We've been
smart.
doing this way too long. Like we know your tricks and trades and secrets and all your bullshit.
So what stands out in the very beginning of like the craziest, no names, but like the craziest shocking.
Oh yeah, the most shocking.
Most
Most shocking.
Because I tell you what, we're having so much fun with you guys. We're gonna just skip the segments and we're just gonna keep talking. So we just want to hear
The most shocking what?
confessions of whatever. Like, tell us the craziest.
What was one? Because you've
Oh,
seen so much.
yeah,
So
I
what
don't
is
even know.
something that like stands out to you as like that was the most shocking?
Okay,
Oh my
I'll
God, I
tell
mean-
mine. And
Yeah, each one. I'm
mine
sure.
is really, really wild. So I used to work at this club.
Oh,
It was
this is my
called-
favorite story.
It was called it was called Sweet in the beginning. Do you remember Sweet Cruise?
Yep.
Okay, then
Yes, I
it was
remember.
Rio, then it was
I was
Travis.
a go-go dancer at Sweet.
Stop.
Were you really?
Oh my God,
Okay.
maybe you saw this going down.
I don't know, but so because I used to work out, like I used to work in the club, and I
Right.
just did go-go dancing. So
Okay.
I did it at like Plush, Kinky.
Really?
So, oh my God, Danielle's
I didn't know this.
Oh my
fun,
God,
yes.
Miss Flexible.
I didn't know you were a go-go.
You know where else I did? It was at it started with the Z. Zook.
Zook. Oh my
That's where I
god.
was like on the
Really?
yeah, me and
Wow.
Missy Romano.
Oh my god, Miss Romano trained me when
Wow.
I first came into the
Sunshine.
I will never forget Misty. I love her to
we
this
love
day.
her.
She was so cutthroat. She literally kind of molded like who I am. Her and this other girl named Zoe.
No
And
way.
Zoe.
yeah.
I know Zoe.
so
too.
I will
yeah.
never forget these two. They really kind of paved the way that I am in the best way. I started working at this club and they were like the head girls, you know, they were super pretty. I was 22. I was young. I just moved to Dallas. I was from Fort Worth. So I like dressed like I was from Fort Worth. We all know what that looks like. We all know. So I go in the back and they're like, what's your name? And I was like, oh, Danielle. And they're like, yeah. Okay. I'm like, and the other girl goes, and Misty was like, what's your last name? I was like, Demas. And Zoe goes, yeah, no one cares. And I'm like, oh. And they were so cutthroat. Like they didn't, I mean, they were just so good at their craft and they were veterans in their industry, right? So just like I am now with the new girls, I'm
Yeah.
like, no one cares. If you last for 3 weeks, I'll talk
Maybe
to
we'll
you.
save your number.
Right. I don't even save these girls' numbers so they're there at least a month. Like I don't.
Yeah.
They'll text me and I'll be like, who is this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what they did to me. And I was like, oh my God, they're so mean, right? But it really is the way it is. And we are still friends to this day. I love both of them, but they are really the reason why I am who I am, because I'll never forget that. No one cares. So I was like, you know what, bitch? I will make everyone know my fucking name. How
But
about
back
that?
then it was really like fun. Like I did it because I liked
'Cause you
well,
go-goed.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I had a really shitty boyfriend at the time, and it was my way to like go out.
Yeah, well,
Without going out,
used to
I'm
be
going to
way more
work.
fun back
Was
then.
way more
Anyways,
fun.
like it's
Yeah.
totally a different time. These
And-
kids now will never know what like
No.
old Vegas, old Dallas,
yeah.
like
Like,
Okay, so I'm glad y'all feel that way because I was like, I don't feel like it's every time I go out now. I'm like, What happened?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, it's not the same.
everybody's like so concerned about Instagram and what they look like. Back in the day, we didn't have that, so we didn't
had
give a shit.
Cameras, like digital cameras.
We lived in the moment.
That's exactly what I say.
We saw the band. We watched DJ. We didn't just,
we had fun.
We
and
had
we would
fun.
dance.
said the same thing.
But we would we would take the pictures,
Right,
but
with
we
the
were
po- with the-
dancing
with the Polaroid,
and
Yeah, like with
having
a
fun with our
camera.
friends.
Yeah.
It was
It was
different.
way different.
And that's how
totally.
I feel when I go to LA. It's like we go to LA and I go with our squad who dances and sings to the
has fun.
songs and we have fun. And I'm looking around, all these girls are
They're
just like selfieing and texting and it's
Are
like
you
they're
okay,
just
sis?
they're
Like, are you
just
good?
sitting there.
Do you want to
just,
go home?
like taking photos, not even drinking, they're not even talking to one another. I'm like, they're just literally sitting at a table to see and be seen, right?
Yeah.
They don't. Back then, we just went out because we wanted to.
I didn't even care what I looked like sometimes.
Oh my god! I see pictures of myself and I'm like, holy
Girl, we roll into
shit.
Marciano on a Thursday and buy a dress.
Just buy anything. You could buy 3 BB dresses the same, just all different colors.
yeah.
You're like, oh, good for the weekend.
It was the bandage dress.
Yeah, I had
It was
every
the
color:
bandage dress
white,
for
hot
me.
pink, lime green,
Light blue.
Really
This-
sad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. BB's closing
my
was a
God.
sad day.
So that's. But anyway,
Sorry,
so
but back
sweet.
to your. Yes,
So
back to sweet.
I didn't.
They had a little.
Sorry,
I
I
know,
just had a
sorry.
moment.
You're reliving your glory days.
I never worked at Sweet, but I worked at when it was Rio, and then Travis, then Rio, then Travis, and so on, so on. So as you know, there was that secret door in the back that led down to this basement, and it was all furnished. There was a pool table, DJ booth, a private bar. Like everybody who was anybody went down there. They had the secret code.
Matthew Giese.
Yeah,
Yes.
not in Kent, Washington, and all that. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, so so I'm down there. My boss at the time goes, "You're bartending downstairs tonight." I'm like, "Oh, okay." They're like, "It's a very, very important person. Very like no cameras, no phones. I mean, it is going to be small, and he wants his own DJ." I'm like, "Oh, all right." So I'm thinking like, who can it be?
Weird, but okay.
And so he gets there. I recognize him immediately, and down
Are
comes
we
a girl.
talking athletes, movie stars?
Uh,
We're talking like
we're talking like in the billions,
yeah, like
like one of the most famous people in the world.
yeah, and he's based out of Dallas.
He's a Dallas guy. So I'm like, oh my God, holy shit. Next thing I know, his pants are down, like on his ankles. But he still has his jacket and his shirt on. So it's like the tail of his
wait,
shirt and his
Are
jacket.
there people in the room?
It's just him and this girl.
Oh,
And
you.
And me.
and the DJ.
And not the DJ yet, the
Oh,
bar
not
back.
yet.
Like they're
The bar
just
back.
setting up.
Yeah, we're just setting up.
The party has not even begun.
it's not even
and
begun.
he's already got his pants off.
And he's bent her over the pool table and he is just banging the shit out of this girl. And I'm just standing there, right? And they're in my
Okay,
eyesight.
Is he married?
Yes.
Yes.
And this is hooker, girlfriend.
At this point, who knows? I don't know.
I mean, safe to say, I would assume she was probably definitely she signed an NDA. That's for damn
Yeah,
sure.
she did.
He's that kind of guy.
This was years ago, very long time ago. But I just remember looking up and all I saw was just balls, just like slapping and noises.
Saggy
And I then
balls.
radio my boss. I'm like, hey, I need some ice down here. So he's like running down with the ice because this is a very important person. And he just looks and he just stops dead ass in his tracks. And he's like, oh my God. I'm like, I couldn't make this up.
Not even a care in the world.
No.
that you
No
were there.
fucks.
Not a single
No
care.
fucks.
Because
Because
everyone in that room signed an NDA.
Yeah.
So what the fuck does
so
he
like
care?
I could never say his name. But that situation, I was like, oh my God. And then the party started. And I was like, okay.
That'll be enough to ruin him.
Like
Wow.
that's the kind of person that you when you get to the door, there's a basket which your phone goes in. Then comes the pen. And you
Those
got
are
to
the
sign
best
everything.
parties.
And when you see the basket, I was
I'm
in.
like this. Whoop! Take my phone. I'm going in, baby.
I
This
was-
is gonna be great.
I want to see.
Yeah.
I was literally in Miami, and this girl came up to my table. It was all girls, and she was like, "Hey, you want to go to a party?" I'm like, "Yeah." Don't even know this person. She's like, "Cars are out front." I'm like, "Okay."
Cool. Let's go.
Like literally, this is before Uber. So I'm like, "Oh fuck!" I'm getting in this random Suburban, whatever. There's like 5 Suburbans, and it's just chicks, all chicks,
Stop.
chicks everywhere. So we pull up to this huge gate. And I'm like, oh God, here it comes. Here comes the basket. Everyone's like, what's the basket? There goes our cell phones. I'm like, and then the other window rolls down. It's the guy with the pen and the NDA. So we're all signing and we're passing it around the Suburban. Stephanie whatever.
Stephanie, I
That's
love
my
that.
favorite.
You love that
She's
name.
my favorite. And so then we pull up and the doors open and it is this beautiful mansion and it's like ace everywhere, beautiful girls everywhere, view for days.
Ciroc. That might give you a little hint of who it is.
And
Ah.
yeah, and it's a rock and it's yeah, and then he comes down the stairs and I'm like, holy shit, we are literally at this person's party. Like, and I was literally just sitting at a table with my girlfriends and we just get invited to this.
That happens more often than you
Yeah.
would think. I was
I'm sure.
leaving Candle Room one night and a big college athlete. He was like living in Dallas kind of at the time, and me and this guy I was dating and another girlfriend of mine, we were gonna go to this like he got an Uber, and so we're leaving Candle Room and we get in the back and this guy just opens the front door, passenger door, and gets inside. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? He goes, hey, we're going to the Mosaic, which is an apartment complex downtown, which is nowhere you or I should ever be late that night. And this guy was just, there was after party, was red lights everywhere. It was a Dos Equis, like, you know those displays in the grocery store with all the sodas?
Yeah.
That he had one in his house with cases of Dos Equis. The whole place was red. You open the cabinet. I'm like, hey, can I get a cup? He's like, yeah, open the cabinet. Guns everywhere. I'm like,
Guns.
Guns.
okay. Yeah, like, gold plated. Then the guy that drug us here, he's walking around with a giant Ziploc bag of weed, just walking around by himself. I'm like, can I go home now? Like, I am scared. Now I'm genuinely scared. Like, but I mean, he's a big name athlete. There's no reason he should be doing shit like that.
But that's the thing though, like me and her, we go to these after parties where there are celebrities or people that are known and they see us and they're like, oh, that's cool. That, like, we know they're not going to say anything or take photos of us or try to sell something to TMZ. But a stranger walks in, they turn into a different animal. Like
really?
they are guarded. They're like, who's that? What's her name? She knows me. She knows my wife.
We had a girlfriend once, and there was an actor, and he was in town, and on a Sunday fun day, she somehow swooped him up and took him to her apartment in Louisville. Okay.
For those of you who don't know, Louisville is
40 minutes outside of Dallas.
Yeah.
Now, first of all,
Suburban
if I ever
hell.
woke up in Louisville, I would be like, what the fuck am I doing here? So she and him obviously go back to her house, like drinking, having fun, and they may decide to have sex. So he gets this bright idea, mind you. He's an A-list actor. At this point, he literally just had a show come out on like Fox or something. Like it was just his second season and he was the main star. He's like, let's do something fun. And she's like, okay. He's like, let's make a video. So he decides to make a video of him and her. And she's like bent over and he's behind her and he puts Coke all over her ass and snorts it off and videotapes it on her phone.
his idea.
His idea.
Is he married?
No, he's not married.
Okay.
But the next day, so that was like Saturday. I think it must have been Saturday because the next day we were all at a bottle blonde and him, like his team come up. And I'm like, oh no, this is not good. Like,
Yeah.
because we already all had the video. She sent it to all of us. And she's like, oh my God, look what I did. And I'm like, oh my God. So he comes up to her and he's like, we need to talk. So they go on the roof and they have like a whole little mafia shakedown. And this poor girl is like so innocent. Like not innocent, obviously. We just heard that story. But, you know, she's like emotional, right? So she's like crying. She's like, I just didn't want to do anything wrong. And so he takes her phone and deletes the video and deletes it out of permanently deleted videos. And she was like, oh my God, he like made me delete everything. And I was like, well, yeah, but hopefully you didn't tell me you sent it to every single one of your friends. It was bad. Like if that would have went to TMZ, I mean, he would have lost everything.
Oh my God, you guys still have it?
Mhm. I'll show it to you after. I'll show it to you. It's a good one.
I knew you would.
I was at
Of course.
I was at NASCAR. Okay, I know NASCAR guys. NASCAR guys.
We do a lot of weird things too, by the way. Like we go to like rednecks with paychecks and like play in the dirt.
What is that?
It's like a rednecks with paychecks. So it's like rich rednecks, like really rich rednecks. And they build like these custom cars and like
4-wheel drive.
like
monster
trucks and like 4x4 side by sides. And it's like what 20,000 acres of land in Texas. And we go there for the weekend and it's like 20,000 people there. And you just like drink and like go in the mud. And they have like a bikini contest, which is a real live sex show. We were the judges of the bikini contest.
Oh my God.
And it was a sex show. There was no bikinis on that stage. They were butt naked.
Oh my God.
I was at NASCAR.
I saw video.
Yeah.
She showed me video.
So me, my
Oh my God,
girlfriend.
you have firsthand.
Yeah.
All
Oh
this.
yeah. Every 6 weeks we unleash.
This happens all
Every
the time.
Thursday. Actually, we have it coming up Tuesday.
Yep.
Yeah, that's. Am I going? No, I'm
Yeah,
not.
you are.
I am.
It's
Okay.
right before we leave for the
Okay.
wedding.
I was at NASCAR.
You
with my
guys are
girlfriend.
gonna be steady.
We need our confession
Oh
of
my God.
Yeah,
This is just the surface.
This is the surface. We didn't even get to talk about. I wanted to talk about the rallies and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Well, maybe we should
What?
save it.
Definitely.
Yeah, we should
Yeah.
say
Because y'all
that.
can come
Yes.
back.
Yeah.
You come back
Will you come
anytime.
back?
We just
Yeah.
live right down the road.
Oh, there you go. They live right down the road.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Perfect.
I live like 12 minutes from here. I was like, this is
Oh
so
my
close.
gosh.
Yeah,
So-
that'll be its own segment. That'll be good.
yeah.
There's some wild shit that happens on there.
Rallies?
The rally.
Yeah.
I need to
Oh.
make a note that we have to do that. Rallies what?
What are
It's like, have you ever
rallies?
seen the movie Cannonball Run?
No.
So they get like super cars, like super expensive cars, and they go
Lamborghinis, Ferrari.
from
Yes.
one side
Bugatti.
of the country to the other side, and they have like a race.
So it's like 7 days, 7 cities. So you get up every day, like 7, 8 a.m.
And you do
drive
this?
all day. Yeah. I've done
that's
them
what
for
they
10
said.
years. She did what,
I
for
did
5?
I didn't know. I
6?
didn't know. I did. Bull Run went on for. We did 12 years of Bull Run.
Yeah. So
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah, that's a whole nother show.
Yeah.
But that in
Crap.
itself is
write
amazing.
down meat toss. We got to talk about that.
meat
That
toss.
sounds very dirty.
That's a rally story.
Okay.
Yeah, the rallies make these celebrities look like
Like fucking
like
child's play.
kindergartners.
Like they put these fuckers to shame.
I think we're banned from like 12 hotels.
Oh my god.
The
Like,
Four
literally
Seasons
banned.
in Denver, I'm never allowed to set foot in because someone shit on the wall, and Hillary Clinton happened to be staying there because she was on like a book tour. So the Secret Service got involved, and it was just like it was a whole like ordeal. I had to stay for 2 extra days to like kind of fucking figure it out to make sure like we were all good. But
my God.
no more Four Seasons Denver for us.
But you can go to any other one. It's fine.
I mean, hopefully I've been to some, so I haven't been kicked out yet. But
Wow,
I would
you
like to
guys-
try to go back to Denver. You
You
know,
are cracking me up.
My God.
So I need to hear your worst story.
Oh,
oh god,
What crazy is?
maybe when you threw up in the bush, in the tree.
I wasn't working, but
Oh, that's a good one.
that was a good one.
Oh! When you walked in the back of Candler Room when they were doing.
Oh,
The
okay.
curtain.
So that's a good one. I was
That is
gonna
a-
out myself, and I was like, I don't know, I can't out. That's pretty bad. I was like, he might get really mad if I say that. So, yeah. So I was working at Candle Room on a Wednesday night, and same thing, back thing. This guy comes in, he goes, I want the whole back.
Does that happen often?
Yes,
Wow.
often.
I mean, that's pretty expensive too, right?
I think $8,000 is what we'll sell it for if you want to
Okay.
close it out.
Okay.
Not bad.
So
Not bad.
do they have sex back there?
Oh, just wait.
All the time.
So I'm like, Ali, our boss, is like, here, throws a card at me. He's like, get back there. They take their order. So I go back there and I'm like, take the menu and I take their order and I'm like, hey, I'm Olivia. I'll be taking care of you, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, okay, I want this and this and don't come back. And I was like, okay.
Don't ever come back.
And I was like, okay, but I have to come back to bring the bottles. He's like, yeah, that's fine, but don't come back after that. I'm like, okay, so you want me to sign you out? He's like, yeah. So I take out the bottles.
Is this a random or celebrity?
No,
or
it's just a
Okay.
random
guy.
It's
Okay.
got to be like 65,
Wow.
right? And he's got probably 10 Latina and
Is
women
he-
with him.
Is he white?
yes. And they are back there. And so I bring the bottles out and he goes, no sparklers. So I just bring them out and I bring the check and everything. And I'm standing there in the well. And Ali, our boss, like, what the fuck are you doing over here? He's like, get back to work. And I'm like, Ali, he told me not to go back there. He goes, I don't give a fuck what he says. Get back there. So I'm like, okay. So I walk back there and I open the curtain and all I see is naked people everywhere. Like all the girls are naked. The guy is naked.
Why at a club? Why are
don't
these at
know.
home?
Why not?
Probably
it's
because
the
their wife
thrill.
is at home.
Or what about like a swingers club or something?
Oh yeah, Colette's. I don't think they allow sex there. I think you have to just. I
Oh,
think
no,
it's
I'm
just like
going tonight.
meat. Are you really?
Yeah.
Are you? Oh my god, we've
Yeah.
never been.
I'll tell you all about
Speak
it.
for
We've been
yourself.
invited. Oh, I've never been. I've been invited, but I was yeah. What's
Have you been
Colette?
before?
He's going tonight.
I'm
but
going
have you been
tonight.
before? No.
I have, but I don't really remember.
I've been there. I've
Do
been
they
there.
have sex there? I think it's more of a meeting place, kind of.
I'll tell you.
Ooh.
I'll tell you this week after we're
They
Okay.
always have sex there. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, they have.
How do you
somewhere.
know for a fact?
Have you been there?
I used to
Have you been?
swing no, but there used to be a swingers couple in Hackberry when we lived there, and it just
Is
was
Hackberry
told.
in the suburbs?
Yeah,
I feel like suburban
It's in,
people
like,
are all
Las Colinas.
swingers.
Well, yeah. What else are you gonna do out there? It's so boring.
It's so wild. My dad, I grew up in like a really nice neighborhood in a really small town, and everyone in there was, it was really bad. They were all no, you guys, I'm like, I can't even make it up. One of the guys swang with the wrong girl,
oh, this is bad.
and he contracted HIV from her.
What?
Then brought it back to the wife.
What?
Yeah, it was really, really, really
and
sad.
the wife ended up obviously
Yeah,
getting it.
she passed away.
No.
And she was the sweetest, kindest lady. And
Where
it was
is this?
within our neighborhood.
was in her
Like
neighborhood.
it was
Where?
the neighbors
Like-
in Keller.
Yeah.
It's like a small town.
Yeah, I know where. Keller.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's where my sister goes to school.
Yeah, she goes to school.
Oh well, yeah.
Well,
I'm in
Swingers.
Keller like every day.
Keller's full of
It's a
them.
condom.
This was a very, very, very long time ago, and it was
God.
like the talk of like the entire town.
How long ago was this?
Oh God, 90? No, yeah, 90. She passed away in the 2000s, early 2000s, 2003.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That is
So
crazy.
they were obviously they were swingers, but they just did it with the wrong people,
Couple.
and it was so
It
wild.
went really awry.
It was
Wow.
really
Really
left.
Like
Wow.
extremely
Yeah.
wrong.
Hard left.
So is that
hard
the
life.
end of your story? Everybody's just naked? And
Yeah,
what
and then
happened?
he screamed at me, "What the fuck are you doing back here?" And I'm like, "Oh, they're having sex." And that was pretty much it. I mean, I have a little wilder, but I don't want to really out myself.
Oh, of yourself.
That'll be for the
Yeah.
next one. We're
Yeah,
gonna have
that-
shots next time.
I don't know.
yeah.
Olivia showed up at my house. She's like, "Should we just start drinking?"
Well,
I'm
like,
yeah.
we gotta do we'll make sure to take Saturday off next time so we could do some real shots.
Yeah, we're actually
The
working
word.
tonight.
Where
Yeah,
Where are y'all working tonight?
Candle
We're at
room.
Candle
Okay.
Room. And
Yeah.
last night was a
Oh my
total
God.
shit show.
Every
Why?
SMU kid and their dad's credit card and the
But don't you find them to be the most annoying?
no, they're so respectful.
Are
They
they?
really
Really?
are. The
They just
girls
get
are not so
sloppy.
much. They're a little sloppy, but the boys are very nice. They don't want us to
Please,
do anything. They
thank
just
you.
want the bottle, and we just drop it off, and that's it.
Well, that's
So
good
it's
though.
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just break everything and they just get sloppy. But they're please, thank you.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, but they we literally we serve them in plastic cups. Like we know the drill. Like they don't get adult cups; they get
Yeah.
child's cups.
Yeah, and they don't
Um,
even break that. It's like acrylic. You have to try to break that.
Like,
Oh my God, no
like,
kidding.
In the bathroom, there's like a picture. They broke that like off the wall. Like I
So
don't even know
bad.
how they break the things that they break. One
This-
time I walked back and one kid was drinking out of a candle. Like they just do.
They do
really
whatever they want. It
crazy
actually makes me wish I would have went to college and went to like a sorority
But they're-
or
but they're
fraternity
all-
because they are having the time of their life. Like one can put on a moto helmet and he wore it the entire night. A motorcycle helmet. I'm like,
in the club.
yes,
just
just because they're fucking weird.
and they all have Chanel bags and
Rolexes,
They're
and
just
golden
living their best
goose.
lives.
Oh my god,
just running around like.
I'm always like, hey, what's your dad? Like, what's up with your dad?
Oh yeah,
Single?
this kid, one of the kids that I wait on all the time, he's like 23. He's like, so like, can I get your number? I'm like, oh yeah, to book tables. He's like, well, yeah, but like also maybe like we could like go out.
Yes.
And I'm like, Colin, I'm old enough to be your mother. Like, actually, do you have a dad? He goes, yeah, I have a dad. I go, do you have a mom? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, are they together? And he's like, no. Why? I'm like, what's your dad look like? Like, my
I get
friend's
invited
single.
to a frat house like at least once a month by this kid. I'm like, I will be damned if I wake up at 30 years old in a frat house.
Yeah.
Like, there's no fucking way.
Especially now with the camera phone, girl, you got to be careful.
Oh,
Gotta be
yeah.
careful with that.
But I mean,
Right?
you see that all the time. These girls like take photos of them, selfies with the guy sleeping behind them. Like that was like my biggest fear. Back in the day, you had to bring first of all, you had to charge your camera. So, that's
Lord knows that was
that's a
never charged.
responsibility. Then you had to make sure the chip was in it, right? And then you had to take the photo with make sure the flash is.
And don't lose it.
I was in like a Prevost bus with my girlfriend, and her and I just took a photo just in the bus. The guy wasn't even in it. He was a race car driver. Wasn't even in it. She sets the camera down. We go get a beer out of the fridge. We come back and her camera trip is gone. his team
No
took
way.
the camera chip. So she's like, I just want my camera chip back. Just give me the camera chip back. I'll erase the photos. And they were like, what camera chip? I mean, they were so good.
Wow.
He's like, we don't know what you're talking about. And like, she's like, I know you took it. It was fucking great. I was like, Christy, we're not getting the camera chip back. She's like, the whole weekend was on that. Because, you lose, when you lose that chip, you lose everything, right? It doesn't go to the cloud.
No.
So she was like, I just want the picture with me and my mom on the finish line. I was like, Christy, we're not getting it back. Fucking like, leave it alone. The guys were like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, so convincing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I did meet a girl though one time recently, like right after Corona, and we were at a little bar in McKinney, and it's like a Monday night, and there happened to be like an SNU mixer at the bar next to us. So we were getting a lot of overflow, and I'm like, damn, Danielle, like we are old. Like I'm looking around, these kids barely look like they're out of high school. I'm like, what the fuck? So I look at this girl, and she's at the bar, and I'm like, how old are you? And she goes, why? And I'm like, listen, I don't work here. I'm not going to take your fake ID, but I need to know how old you are because I feel really fucking old. She's like, I'm 18. I was like, oh my God, I could fuck your dad. She starts in a sheer panic. She's
Literally.
Like, you know my dad? Oh my God. Oh my God. Do you know my dad? Do you know my dad? She's like, Charlotte, they know my dad. I'm like, bitch, I don't know your dad. Like, is he hot? Like, I don't know. Like, can I see a picture of your dad? So she pulls up a picture. I'm like, wow, your dad is actually really good looking. And then I was like, why is he on Google? That's kind of weird.
Our friend
I turned and I was like, do you know this person? Jenny was like, no. So I'm like, I told our friend, I'm like, Andrew, do you know this person? He was like, everybody in America knows that person. And I was like, I don't. And he was
I didn't
like,
know him.
He was like a former representative of like
in the government.
I wouldn't know that.
Like a big name. Yeah, I was like, I don't know. But now, and I was like, oh my God, like your dad's so hot. And I was like, am I so single? And she literally looks at me and she goes, no, but I hate my mom, so go for it. And I was like, yes. So she comes to see us all the time. She was out last night dressed as fucking Forrest Gump. Okay?
I hate my mom.
So go for it.
Yeah, she's like, go for it. I'm like, all right, parents' weekend, it's on. Let's go.
I don't know why. It's kind of sad, isn't it? That we were like the only people that didn't know who he was. Everyone was like, "Oh my God,
like,
wait, you don't know that
idea
person?"
who
We're
this
like,
person. Yeah, I don't know.
no.
I have no idea. I had no
I don't
idea.
think I would know.
You probably wouldn't know.
I mean,
He was good looking.
show her a picture. Show her a picture, and then
we got to show her all the videos.
I need to know the names at the end of the show.
Absolutely.
That's so funny. No one.
Crazy.
And they know my dad.
I was like, oh no, like fuck, did I like know your dad? Like I'm very confused, and then it just. But she's cool. She's funny. So.
Hey, I think the Dallas concierge thing is a thing.
I know.
Like you guys,
I mean, it works.
it
I think we
works.
should.
Y'all are killing it.
I mean,
I think
when we book tables at other clubs, they do pay us commission. So
Well,
that's kind of
right.
like a cool
that's,
thing.
Yeah,
Right?
that's how you make money.
Yeah.
That's why I think you need to make it a business. That's incredible. I mean, I would call you guys.
I
and
would
go,
too.
"Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
I want to go here, and I would just like a table and not worry about it.
It's fun too. It's fun for us. Like it's kind of also like when you can do so much, but then when you kind of get to do the impossible, you're like,
Yes.
wow, I can do this.
I
shit.
know. I think you both need to
And
do
really,
this.
just table service is just like
That's
the
like
tip.
that's
Yeah.
They do so much more.
I mean,
Oh,
it's
no,
just
I
like
can see that.
the things that we do. Like we were just in Miami, for instance, and we were on a friend of ours boat, and it had a boat on a boat with 2 jet skis and a crane and a helicopter pad, and it's like that person is just our friend, right? So we Instagrammed this, we took pictures. It was my sister's bachelor party. We had a blast, and it's like that's kind of like that was a Monday, Tuesday for us.
Wow.
Oh, we
And-
flew back after 5 days in Miami. We landed at 1:00. We had to be at the Cowboys game at 5.
But like people message
And how
me,
do you do Cowboys games? I want to know.
Oh, well,
okay,
this
well-
one we kind of sat in the nosebleeds. I was a little Frank, you got to step this up a little bit.
But people will Instagram message me and they'll be like, wow, like this is your life. Or, like, whose boat is that? How do you know this person? And it's like, for us, it's just kind of like,
Day in the
kind of
life.
normal.
Yeah.
So when people come to Dallas and we do take them out, or we send them somewhere, we send them to Citizen or wherever we send them to, they're like, oh my God, we had the best time of our lives. And I'm like, really? That's like normal.
Normal.
Yeah.
So our sense of what normal is a little
Very
bit
skewed.
skewed So we have to remember to like that this is not normal to people. Like my sister has 2 friends that are married with kids, and so they see these things and they're like, oh my God, and then like at midnight they're like, we're tired, and it's like, it's Miami.
Like midnight, we're just having dinner. What? What's going on here?
We're not until 6, baby. But confession, I'm a Giants fan. I'm a New York Giants fan. So how do I Cowboys game?
She doesn't.
She doesn't.
I mean, if the Giants are playing the Cowboys, then obviously I go for the Giants. However, if the Cowboys are playing anybody else, I go for the Cowboys because we wait on them and we do consider them friends.
they're friends of ours. Like I planned one of their Christmas parties 2 years in a row.
So I do root for them, but yeah, I'm a Giants fan.
We're going to the Eagles Cowboys game in Philadelphia in January. So like that to us is going to be interesting. We already got told that we're not allowed to wear any Cowboys gear because they will beat the shit out of us.
Yeah, Philadelphia don't play.
Yeah, they will kill us. So that should be an
I think you
interesting
should wear
one.
extra Cowboys gear with rhinestones and everything.
With rhinestones.
Well, maybe we can have a private security.
I'm excited for that actually.
I know it's gonna be
People
fun.
love that. Dallas loves the Cowboys. I've never seen
anything like
anything like it. They have tattoos. They start tailgating at like 9
people,
a.m.
People stay in the parking lot. They don't even go inside.
Oh no,
Like it's crazy.
it's crazy.
It is weird.
When they were winning, it was the funnest time. This city went crazy.
I
It
mean,
was so fun.
That's what she said. How Austin? I am not a fan of Austin either. I can't. I don't Austin. I
Just
like to go
visit.
for like
I
a
don't
day or
Austin.
two. But like they don't have any professional sports teams, and I think Dallas is so special because we have everything.
All of it.
We've
Yeah.
got soccer, hockey, football, baseball, basketball. I mean, we
We have
literally we have a
everything.
rugby team for
Yeah.
Christ's sake. I mean, we've got literally everything, and it makes the city kind of come together, right?
Mhm.
Doesn't really
They
get
just
better
need
than
to-
Dallas.
They just need to do good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
That
actually
comes
Cowboys are
together
kinda
more.
good, right?
they're doing great right
so
now.
far, they're doing great.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
I love that.
Cruz, any other
Yes.
questions? We gotta wrap this up.
No, man, this was awesome.
This
you guys
was
are
awesome.
so much fun.
Is there one more tidbit of gossip we need to know?
Any gossip?
Oh.
Real quick.
Ooh.
Last
Are we
minute.
any Real Housewives fans?
Yes, we're super
Which
Housewives
one?
fans.
We saw one of the Real Housewives.
Oh.
She frequents Candle Room,
Uh-huh.
and she might or may not have been making out with her daughter's friend in the booth in front of everyone.
I think people forget
very
that they're in
young.
public.
He was young. Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
very young.
I mean, it is
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, it is only it's Saturday, so the weekend is just the best shit. The best people watching is Sunday. The best stuff you're gonna see.
Sunday fun
Sunday
day.
goes so
Really?
hard.
During
Yes.
the day.
Oh my
I mean,
God,
people
it's
start.
crazy.
There's two
Where
waves of
at?
people.
Oh my God, you start, well,
Anywhere.
you pick a place. Like, okay,
Brunch.
say brunch. We like Pie Tap. So we go to Pie Tap. We'll go at like 1 o'clock. We'll
Then,
stay
like,
there till 3.
Bistro 31.
Then we'll go to like Lounge, or we'll go to Barcadia, or we'll go to Skellig. Like, we'll just kind of hop around. And then after that, we're like, okay, let's get a club in. Then we'll go to the club for a minute. Then we'll be like, fuck it, let's go to Inwood Tavern. Then we're all the way up the road. So like, you see it all. You see it all.
On
You
Sunday.
Uh-huh. But there's
Yeah.
two waves of people. There's the day crowd
And
that
the
start
night
drinking at
crowd.
like 9. They go from like 9 to 7.
for all the football.
And then they're way fucked up. So they go home. Well, then the
I'm the day
7
crowd.
the 7:30ers
I'm
come
both.
in. Yeah, the 7:30ers come in. They go till 2. But then you have the special breed, the
They go all the
unicorn.
way.
All the way.
15-hour
I've done that a
days.
few
Like,
times.
and by like
Just a
10:30,
few
they are just
crews.
zombies. It is zombie nation out there. and
So
it is
real quick,
good.
best place to Sunday fun day early.
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 Are you looking for a club, bar, lounge?
No, like
restaurant?
early, like Sunday fun day, like you said, 10 for the football, 11.
I mean,
Just depends on
Katie
the
I's
vibe, I feel.
Katie I's house is good to watch a game if you want something
It's
like
chill,
busy but chill.
Right.
If you want like a
like
place,
like a shit show.
Bottle
Bottle
Blonde, they're
Blonde.
always showing games early,
Yeah.
and their cocktails are hot as hell. So like, why not have it with
And
a
it
hot
is
girl?
that is a wild party.
yeah, and that kind of like eventually like gets
But that's a club, right?
yeah,
yes.
but they open early
But
for
oh, they
games.
do.
They
yeah.
call them day clubs,
Yeah.
sister. We got day clubs
Yeah,
at night.
They're
Night
open
club.
like
That
10,
turn
to
into
10 a.m.
nightclubs.
to
Yes.
2 p.m. or,
Got
or
it.
2 a.m.
And if you want something like chill, just to watch, like you really want to watch
But
the game.
people watch too.
Oh.
Bottle blonde.
Bottle blonde's good.
Let's go
so
back to
good.
that.
And like at 9 a.m., sometimes you get the people that haven't been to bed
Yeah, and they're
yet.
like,
Oh,
now we're like,
yeah.
let's fuck it. Let's go out right
Yeah,
now for a
those
drink.
are-
And I'm like, you need to go to bed.
you need to take a nap. sir.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. Dallas. People that
Dallas
are coming
crew.
to Dallas. Yes.
So if you ever need anything,
Yeah,
look them
Danielle
up.
and
Yes.
Olivia.
We'll take care of you.
What are y'all's Instagrams?
Yeah, give everyone your
Yes.
Instagram.
Okay, I'm at Liv's World, like LIVZ World. And
I'm just at Danielle Demas. Just all lowercase,
Perfect.
nothing creative.
That's
to all y'all listeners, if y'all need anything,
Yeah, when you're coming
they-
to Dallas.
My
not
girls
even
will hook you
Dallas,
up.
anywhere else.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Literally in the
Anywhere.
continental U.S.
Oh, yeah,
country.
anywhere.
Anywhere.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
listening
much.
and for
Thank
coming.
you.
This was a
We'll
blast.
have you back.
Anita.